For this project, you're going to be creating a vector drawing based on First Nations traditional symbols. What I want you to do is choose a very simple object, such as an octopus maybe, or a snake, or a whale, or something that doesn't have too many details, to do your first try at it. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can hand draw and trace from your drawing, or you can find an image from Google searches, trace it, and use it that way. It's really up to you how you want to get your design on here. I'm going to show you how I did, how I'll do the octopus. I'm going to start with an A4 size paper, and I'm going to stick with that, and then I'm going to import, actually I'm going to start up another page. In that page, I'm going to import a SVG file that I've dropped into your box for you, and that will be the First Nations Shapes SVG. Now, I'm putting that on page 2, and what you'll find is that you can use your select tool and you can double tap maybe the sub select tool, and you can select portions of this, copy and paste onto your drawings. Sometimes it's easier to select from the side here and select multiple objects from here. It's really up to you how you want to tackle, but just know that sometimes it's a challenge to select using the tool, using either the pointer or the sub-select, and sometimes it's easier to grab it from the side. So that have that available on one page. Another thing you can do, I'm going to add another page yet, is grab and trace some designs from another file that I've given you. I'm going to import that, and that is the traditional shapes of First Nations. So you can have like the trigons and the U shapes and the eyes and crescents and other modified U shapes. So you can use that, although this is a JPEG, so if you want to actually get at this, you're going to have to trace it. I do want to demonstrate one thing though, so I'm going to trace a simple shape. I'm just going to grab one of these simple U shapes, and I'm going to trace that. Using the pen tool, I'm going to create that path. Now remember, Alt, you can change directions like that, and there we go, and I'll fix that in a second. I'm going to go to the sub-select tool and fix that piece. Okay, so now I have this basic shape, and I can actually add it to my symbols. So I can go ahead and add that, and now that is there for me if I need it. So I can do that with any of these shapes. I know that one of the shapes that I'm going to use quite a lot for the design that I'm going to do is going to be the ovoid. So I'm just going to go ahead and trace that shape here, because I'm going to use it a lot, and I might as well, and then I'm going to be able to resize it from here. So this is very handy to have. Okay, and there we have it, and I will then add that as well to my selection. Probably what I'm going to use is something like this as well. So I think I'm going to trace, maybe rather than tracing the inside, I'm just going to do the outside. I think that will be best. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to be using, I'll be able to color them later. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my layers. I've got my First Nation shapes on my first layer. I've got the SVG that I've provided with you here. I'm going to select this one as also and add that to my symbols because I know I'm going to need that. So I think I'm good there. We'll see, maybe that one. I think I'll add that as well. Okay, so I'll stick with that. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my layers, go to page 1. This is where my actual drawing is going to be. Now I'm going to insert my sketch. So File, Import, Place Image. If you decide to have your own drawing, then you can use a device of some sort, a phone, a camera, an iPad, to take the picture into your Google Drive. Otherwise, you can find an image that you're going to want to trace. So I'm going to click on my creepy octopus, and you will see that appear right there, and it really is creepy. And I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger, fill the page. There we go. So there's my creepy octopus. So now I can go ahead and start tracing this. And so I'm just going to go ahead and trace the outside of it. So starting anywhere, I'm just going to start here. You can use the tap method and then round it out later if you like, or you can do the method that I'm going to do. Basically, this is going to be one continuous line around here. So I'm just going to try and make it as smooth as I can right at the beginning to save me. Okay, I think that's it. So I'm going to hide my creepy octopus. So I have the outline drawing of my octopus. Now I can go ahead and tidy up my drawings, my lines, as I please. So I'm just going to go ahead and round select some of these and round them out. Okay, so you have seen the beginning of my octopus, and basically the only thing that I have left to do is to copy those ovoids throughout the other tentacles to have it give it that finished look. Super creepy, but fun, and it looks pretty cool. Feel free to add colors to it. Typically the Salish is red and black with really big borders, so you could actually go ahead and make this outside border really thicker as well. Let's try 5 point and see what happens. You can do something like that. It might make it more striking. Yeah, so you can do that and have fun. Take your time. Good luck.